guys. This is the fun show here at Big TV. I'm Arch O'Reilly. Selwyn is sitting at the Kira keyboard, seeing if he can find 3 or 4 notes that go together. Well, he started with Hail to the Chief, and now he's
Okay.
That's fun. That's fun. Okay, so this is the February 26th edition of the Fun Show. We weren't here last week because of that despicable thing they call President's Day, and which is a holiday that tries to pretend that Donald Trump and Millard Fillmore are the same as George Washington and Abraham Lincoln.
How come we have a song for President's Day? Is there a song?
I don't think there is a song
No,
for
we could
President's
have-
Day, is there?
Did Lincoln like that, didn't he?
I would assume that Lincoln would like that. I think Washington would be a little confused, but I mean, one of the things that drove me crazy about it was that Toyota was running a Washington's birthday sale, and at the end of their ads,
Yeah.
they said, the sale ends February 18th. February 18th. All right, on the necrology side of things,
Oh.
Bill Cosby's daughter, at the age of 44,
Yeah.
passed away somewhere here in Massachusetts. I mean, it's a very strange news story because
Sad.
none of the newsmen know exactly
Yeah,
where it
it's-
was.
I don't
Apparently
like that.
kidney
No.
failure. That's really a shame. Do you remember that a few years ago his son was killed in an
automobile
abortive?
accident?
No, it was an abortive robbery.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I...
he got shot.
Yeah, it was
I
a
don't
nice
know.
car, and the guy
Person was trying
killed
to
him for nothing.
carjack him or something.
Yeah, yeah. Stupid car thing. Yeah.
Anyway, the current occupants' favorability rating is down to 38% now, while
Yeah.
Republicans, 80% of Republicans still back him.
Yeah, but what... But Ivanka was there yesterday.
Yeah, she drew a lot of flack.
Does everybody know that what we're talking about? You got to tell them.
Why? Everybody knows.
That yesterday was the end.
Finally, at long last, the
Yes,
end to
it was a
the
long time coming.
tedious Winter Olympics.
Yeah, I like those guys that kept pushing those things down the ice. What do they call that?
Curling.
Curling.
Curling seemed to be the most popular sport.
How the heck can
Curling and skating.
that? And what?
Curling and skating were the two.
Oh yeah, skating. Yeah.
I guess the big thing for us, they really need a sign for the American Olympic team saying "Make America Great Again," because our athletes are pathetic, absolutely pathetic.
Wait, no. What about Michaela Schifrin?
Well, there's a few, but we
Yeah,
finished
she
what,
won.
5th or 6th in the
Yeah.
world at
Yeah.
the Olympics.
Okay.
I mean, we got totally destroyed by the Netherlands, by South Korea, by.
He doesn't like
All
foreigners.
these
Anyways, the
people.
president. You know that.
Well, so does he enjoy them watching them beat our tuchus?
Who knows?
Anyway,
He says
but
that-
the American women did win hockey.
hockey.
I like that.
Hockey. I like that too.
I like that.
Okay.
So
that ends that period. We can get past. We can. Yeah, but the president didn't say much about the Olympics, did he? I haven't heard anything about that.
oh, I don't know. He sent Mike Pence over there to embarrass us, and then, as if that wasn't enough, he sent
Ivanka.
his stupid daughter over there to embarrass us.
She's smarter than him, the vice president, I think. Okay.
Possibly, but she's got just as much ethics as he does.
What
In
about
other words, none.
what about the governor of Missouri? You don't say anything about him.
Well, I hope he gets thrown out quickly.
He's
Although
a-
my poor sister in Missouri thinks he'll probably survive because it's such a red state.
Yeah.
But anyway, One of the reasons the current occupant's favorability ratings may be down is his strange, weird responses to 17 kids getting shot dead in Florida. First of all, his solution is to arm teachers.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Armed teachers.
All right.
We can't even effectively train our police departments across this country to use their guns. How are we going to train teachers?
Well, if we give them those the little Israeli machine guns, what do you call them? The
Uzis.
Uzi.
Right.
Yeah,
And that way we don't have to have outside shooters come into the schools.
We can.
The teachers can wipe out our children for us. Betsy DeVos would be happy, right?
We could.
I mean, Betsy DeVos' reaction to this is 17 less students in public school.
Maybe one of those papers that she gives out. What do they call them? Those pieces of things that you can change for money.
Vouchers?
Vouchers. Maybe you can get an A15 for a voucher.
Maybe.
Yeah, a used one
Anyway, today
that has a pencil sticking out of it.
The current occupant told the U.S. governors, "Don't worry about the NRA. They're only doing what they think is right."
That
And the NRA's reaction to 17 kids was to absolutely double down. No, we won't agree to an age limit for buying AR-15s. No, we won't agree to ban bump stops. They are using this tragedy to them as a marketing opportunity.
well,
And they've even got the president on board to sell more guns so that all the teachers will be armed.
he talked about all those socialists and communists among the Democrats. LaPierre, he had that on the front page. You saw that, and J. Edgar Hoover would have liked that line.
I'd like
Communists.
to present Mr. LaPierre to a firing squad.
Well,
He might really enjoy it.
he hasn't met a rifle he doesn't like. Let's face it.
Unfortunately, he doesn't seem to have been looking down the barrel yet,
Yet. Okay.
which would be good. And speaking of right-wing nut jobs, and apparently the right wing of the Republican Party in Utah has just passed a rule that will throw Willard Romney out of the party.
Who's he?
Who's he?
Willard
He's their
Romney?
candidate for Senate.
Oh.
You know him as
He's
Mitt.
He's the one his wife had all those horses on the elevator in her house.
Horses on the elevator.
Yeah, she had a elevator for the horses in her house out in California or someplace. I'm pretty sure it's true.
Boy, you pick up weird stuff.
Yeah, I know pieces of
Horse
information.
on an elevator. Okay.
Well, that's it.
If anybody knows about horses on an elevator, let us know.
Scott Peterson, he might know.
I'd be fascinated by
Okay.
that. So, well after a year in office,
Yeah.
our current occupant has finally managed to snag a date. You know, poor guy's been sitting around with his prom clothes on for all this time. And contrary to every former president of the United States, nobody wanted to come for a state visit.
Wait a minute. Everybody was at the inauguration. Everybody knows that.
And there were millions, right?
Millions.
There were no foreign leaders.
Okay.
Anyway, so Emmanuel Macron
Macron.
from France
Si.
has
I mean,
apparently
oui.
agreed to come for a state visit. Now, the president of Mexico was going to come,
He was going to come.
but he made the mistake of calling Trump up to talk to him, and Trump insulted him so much
It was about the wall.
that he's not coming.
The wall.
Trump thinks that it's absolutely indefensible that he wants him to back off his campaign promise and admit that Mexico's not going to pay for the wall.
Well, I don't know.
Well, he doesn't need Trump to admit it. He's not going to pay for the wall.
Maybe we can make a deal there. Son. He's a deal maker.
Yeah, right. He's done a real good job on that.
They may have some factory that makes tacos. You know, if you could pile them up high enough, you might have something
Make
there.
cement tacos.
Yeah, he wouldn't mind that, the president. Well,
I think he probably would. Can you imagine his approving
yes.
a proposal to let Mexican vendors build his wall?
There it is. There's the answer.
No way, right? I mean, his corporate owners would go absolutely crazy.
Well, and then we'd get a better deal if Mexicans were building the wall, wouldn't
We
we?
probably would.
Yeah.
We probably would. But where's that go with America first,
That's true.
right?
Okay.
Got to have America first.
I saw
All
some.
right, I have one last.
Go ahead. Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, I have two last.
You're all right.
Um,
Two less.
the first one is I should have thrown this at the beginning. A lovely voice for the many years of my life
Oh.
has left us.
Yes.
Vic Damone. Vic Damone.
We really liked him, too.
Vic Damone
He was
sort of-
married about 5 times, you know.
Well, good for him. The singers today, they just have children with 5 women. They don't bother with the marrying part.
That's right.
But,
He had some kids. He had some kids
who
along
was
the way.
who was the singer who was called the Velvet Fog?
The Velvet Fog.
There was a sort of a Vic Damone type.
Oh, yeah,
but,
he was. I know. We,
um,
what about these kids and all the time that they're watching TV daily? Do you think parents should limit that? There's a bigger piece in the
I don't
New
think
York
they
Times.
even watch TV anymore, do they? I think
Well-
they're on their phones.
Well, their AI thing or IT or whatever it is,
they're on their phones.
they are on their phones. You're
so
right.
now they just connect. They talk about their computer, the TV, the phones. It's all lumped under screen time. Screen time.
Can they print English letters, the alphabet? Can they?
They don't have to. They have a keyboard.
That's right. They have the
thing.
keyboard, so they don't have
Yeah.
to write their name or
They
print.
don't know from writing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Have you seen the signatures these days?
Yes. Well, the president's signature I see in that big paper. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty good.
His signature looks like an electrocardiogram
Yes, I think you're right. And
from
he pro-
someone who's in the midst of a stroke.
Yes, maybe that's why it looks like that. Okay, all right.
But most people, they just have this little squiggle. As a matter of fact, I think we're going back to the days where it went, all right, partner, just make your mark. Right? They're making their mark.
Well, what
these
about
days.
Billy Graham? You don't even mention him.
No, I don't mention him.
There.
Hooray.
Okay, but
Finally.
well, still 90. What is 99?
I think he was 99,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's pretty good. I mean, the good Lord was pretty good to that man, and
Yep.
made a lot of speeches.
Hey, he was his major salesman.
Well,
He was
yeah,
his major salesman.
yeah. Preach to millions, as you said, a super evangelist, evangelical.
Well, one would have to, he'd have to share some of the blame for this evangelical movement and stuff.
True.
And all the evils that it's brought to our
He
country.
get along with Nixon? Did he get along with Nixon?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he
And
did.
the thing is, when he was in his prime,
Okay.
presidents didn't really have a choice about getting along with Billy Graham. They had to.
Now this
But
is
of course, he was. Let's be truthful. He was infinitely preferable to, the Jerry Falwells and stuff of the
okay.
world.
Now I'm going to tell you something you don't know about. Australian restaurants have owners who test their employees, and this is what they do: is Taiwan part of China? And if they say no, then they're fired. Is
What are they?
Taiwan?
They're Chinese owners.
That's what it sounds like. Yes, I read a great big article on this. Shopkeepers and other employers who are from the mainland China are guilty of discrimination, and there are going to be some suits about this, I hope. Yeah, why not? It sounds pretty good to me. Anyways,
All right, one last thing.
one last one you got.
One last
okay.
thing, and then we're going to do our really good play tonight.
Okay, all right.
If you remember a while ago that the Golden State Warriors won the NBA championship, and they unanimously voted that they didn't want to go to the White House.
Right.
And then Donald got his feelings hurt, which is pretty easy, and he tweeted, "A great honor to go to the White House. Stephen Curry doesn't want to come, so uninvited." Well, the Golden State Warriors, en masse,
Yes.
are taking a trip to Washington, D.C. from their home in San Francisco, California,
Okay.
to visit children.
There is
To
a
visit children.
and great idea.
And at least one of them commented that they were going to see a more mature audience in Washington.
The little devils.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Big TV Unrehearsed Thespian Society's presentation for this evening. And it's one of my favorites. It's called Buying a New Car. And to set the premise, I am a customer who have just walked into an auto dealership, and my friend over here is the salesman
Okay.
of a very unique brand of automobiles.
Okay.
Action.
Be right with you. Just finalizing another sale here.
But I'm interested in a new car.
Of course. Have a seat, and your name is Sir
Palmer.
Palmer. Okay. Palmer. Of course, I have a seat, and your name, sir, or just Palmer. Okay. Osgood Palmer. Is that it? Your showroom is empty. No?
Oh, that's my line.
Yes.
Michael,
Can't.
let's try to read our own lines.
Okay.
this
Okay.
time.
All
It's a
right.
really good play. It's better if we read our own lines.
Okay.
But, sir, your showroom is completely empty.
But show you, can't keep a new car on the floor, Mr. Palmer.
Well, that's good to hear. Is it something different, perhaps?
How about a banana meal? It's inexpensive, runs on banana peels.
You're kidding me.
No, you just push the peel in a chute below your heel. It doesn't roll, it slides.
What won't they think of next?
The latest craze is the Velvel.
That's the name of a car?
Yes.
Sounds like a new ethnic dish, like a knish.
I don't find that funny in the least.
Is it top secret? Under wraps, so to speak?
It attracts an affluent segment of the buying public.
Then you're serious.
Charming. I assure you, sir, that this car is exactly what you need.
But I've never even heard of the Velvel.
It's an import from Bulimia.
West Africa?
Actually, it borders on Tajikistan.
Central Asia? Gee, I didn't even know they were making cars.
Driving a camel can become tiresome.
So how is it on gas?
Doesn't use gas.
Oh, that's unique.
Wood, coal, trash.
You're joking, of course.
No more toxic fumes from oil and gasoline.
Oh, it's steam then.
No, right on. You press a button and ignition, and now you're off.
Is there an onboard computer?
No, a small shovel. And you'll love the price.
I'll bet.
$1,199.
Wow, that's one expensive shovel.
No. That's what the car costs.
Yeah? Have air conditioning?
It's equipped with a fan, something like this. You got the idea.
You're kidding.
No, this is a refinement on an airbag. We have these balloons we give out.
I see.
It replaces the horn. Okay. Shouts.
What if you're a little hoarse?
It's under the dash. There's
You
a
mean
bell.
that bell?
There's a bell which I ring. The bell. Okay.
Very interesting.
Do you do cookouts at picnics?
Doesn't everybody?
No more lugging around a grill and a fuel now.
What, we have to eat sandwiches? We send out for pizza?
No, you just open the hood and cook over the fire. It's very safe.
Well, I'll be. What about tune-ups and maintenance?
Simple. You only have to shake out the ashes.
Why don't we take it out for a spin?
They've been selling like hotcakes.
I have to try it out before I buy it.
Well, then there's Ahmed.
Ahmed? What's that?
There's no radio.
Ahmed?
He sits next to you and reads you the news aloud.
Does he sing?
That's negotiable.
Aha, that's an extra.
You decide his wages when he arrives.
I think I'd prefer a traditional car.
Every car should have an Ahmed.
I know, he prevents theft, right?
Very clever of you, sir.
I'm going to take a chance and write you a check for the full amount.
No choice of color?
A black?
Sorry, we only have white.
Yeah. Well, it is hot in the desert.
Oh, one Velvel without Ahmed, right?
Right.
Okay, I hope you won't regret it.
I'd prefer a chauffeur instead of Ahmed.
Why didn't we think of that? That's a sensational idea.
So when can I pick up my new Velvel?
We expect a new shipment any day.
But it won't be wrong.
There's
long,
been a
right?
there's been a change of government in Bulimia.
We're familiar with that sort of thing.
The assembly line has been temporarily shut down.
But political upheaval usually doesn't stop business.
The government owns the plant.
Oh, I get your drift.
Of course, we could have Ahmed sent out.
No, thanks.
He cooks, gardens, very well trained.
I suppose I give you a $500 bonus.
Velvel does not approve of bribes.
Oh, no, wait, look, we're friends. It's just a small gift.
Very unethical. And what about Ahmed?
Okay, Ahmed too.
Okay, he'll have to get a visa and a green card, you know.
Whatever it takes.
Shots, a place to live.
Wait a minute, what kind of scam is this?
Perhaps I didn't understand you.
Here's my check for $1,200 and a $500 donation.
Well, maybe. Not possible.
I'll call it for the Bulimia Relief Fund.
How kind and thoughtful.
So I can take delivery real soon?
There's shipping, there's taxes, transportation from the POE.
Yeah, swell.
That comes to $18,921 for the kit.
Hey, what kind of ripoff is this?
Shall I call the manager?
Is it cheaper for me to pick it up in Bulimia?
Yes, but very dangerous, sir.
Well, Ahmed can help.
Yes, he could do that.
A little good old American anticipation.
Then it's settled.
You didn't say anything about a kit.
Well, it's cheaper to import.
Ahmed can handle it.
No, sir, a different union.
We can deal with that, can't we? How much?
There is Ahmed's brother, Randolph.
So Randolph's a member?
Yeah, but the new government has outlawed that association.
Then we're stymied.
I happen to know a woman who works for the BBWO.
You clever devil, you.
Wilhelmina is a treasurer of the Bulimia Benevolent Workers Organization.
Well, it sounds like you can manage it after all.
With a bit more.
Another 1,000 take care of it?
That should do it with a new total of $26,000 rounded off.
Oh, well, while you're at it, don't forget my airfare and hotel room, et cetera, et cetera.
That's 30,000. That's fine. Yeah.
That's more than I planned to spend when I came in here.
That's what they all say.
They?
Buyers who pick up their Velvel in Bulimia.
But I don't like being lumped together with the others.
Oh, but you're quite a different sort, sir.
Really? How so?
They've never returned.
Nonsense.
Vanished without a clue.
You must have your little joke, I suppose.
It's called the Velvel Syndrome.
You can't frighten me with that sort of talk, my good man.
After assembly, they drive off, and they simply disappear.
But by God, these are Americans.
Bulimians are all very thin or obese.
Well, they're being kidnapped because...
Normal-looking people cause a sensation.
Incredible.
But I think you could pass for a Bulimian.
Smart Alec.
But I think Ahmed's family could help, though.
Clever people, I suppose.
Yes, but poor.
Okay, how much?
Too proud to accept a gratuity.
Well...
Simply plane tickets to visit Ahmed once a year.
Oh, very reasonable.
Ahmed's family comes to 17, including his mother and father.
Okay, but I could see them one or two at a time.
Impossible, sir.
All right. How about 3 or 4?
Families are close in Bulimia.
I'll have to think about it.
Ahmed's brother, in your clothes, drives the car back.
To the port?
No, to Bombay.
But that's thousands of miles out of the way.
True, but it will baffle the kidnappers.
I don't like it.
Your safety comes first, sir.
Oh, thank you very much.
Then we fly to Bombay.
To pick up the car.
No, to have the Velvel reconditioned.
But they don't have any parts in Bombay.
The kidnappers don't know that.
So we go back to Bulimia?
But Ahmed's brother stays behind.
Am I missing something?
The other Velvel has been stored on the ship.
The other Velvel?
You bought another to outwit the brigands.
So now I can go home,
Not exactly.
but I'm getting homesick.
The ship's captain is related to the kidnapping.
Another bribe?
No, he collects velvels.
So you're telling me
I got a great deal on a motorcycle, no cash down.
you're kidding.
$87 in supermarket coupons.
Blackout. Buying a new car by Michael Salad.
Well, with some help from Dr. O'Reilly here. Don't forget that. Okay. Well, here we are. And
Yes, we have a few things.
the FBI say they were warned about the Florida high school shooters. Cruz. Everybody seems to have
Apparently
warned them.
everybody had
Yeah,
been warned.
I don't understand it.
Well, the thing is that all the media, not even the fake media, the real media, etc., the right-wing media, are, sort of don't put in context,
Okay.
is how many tips like that the FBI gets every single day, right?
Yeah, there's only 25,000 people that work for them. They, according to the number I read in the paper,
Which in a country of
50 states and
what,
all
350
the
million people
and
or
in
whatever.
Puerto Rico alone, you got to have about 30,000 there. There's a lot of broken down places and roads and no electricity and everything.
The FBI does not direct traffic, Michael. I
Okay.
think you got the wrong idea.
All right,
there.
okay, all right.
So the Boston Globe
Yes,
last Sunday,
yeah.
they put a article in their West section. Brookline voters may be asked to hike property taxes. I'm just wondering if anybody's surprised by that.
I
right?
was surprised.
You were surprised?
I was hurt because I've been trying to pay my tax bill and it keeps rising meteorically. Meteorically. Okay. It keeps going higher,
Oh,
faster.
no, it's not going faster, but
You don't think so? No, you don't.
But I mean, how do you suspect we were going to build all these things that we apparently need to build if
Well,
we
the
don't
Red
have
Sox
that?
built themselves a team with now they got a guy
They
that's
got a new guy, and I don't understand why it took like 5 days to
For him
finish
to-
his contract. And as far as I can
he was
get from the
brushing his
reports,
teeth probably.
he ended up getting the same deal as they started talking about to
About
begin
5
with.
months ago, yeah.
We will probably never find out what the big holdup was, but anyway, so there's a chance that he may be the replacement for David Ortiz, although he probably
Maybe he can pitch.
He
They
prob-
got that guy they paid the same amount of money for, didn't
he
they?
probably doesn't have the same personality as David Ortiz, though.
Well, David Ortiz was a winner. There's no question about that.
He was great. He made everybody happy and everything.
Yeah, in the club, and if they didn't, he threatened to throw him through a window or something. I don't know.
So we have a group over at Harvard who got themselves in a little trouble.
Oh,
This was some sort of
okay.
Harvard College Faith and Action Group. And they've been put on 1-year academic probation, and they'll have to apply to become a student group again, because they had a woman working for them, and when they found out that she was dating another woman, they fired her.
That isn't fair. What if she was dating a man? What then? They would have given him a free dinner or something.
I don't know, but it's
You don't know. Sure.
it's a little. I don't know. I'm sure that it's sort of, in a sense, a spin-off on all this Final Club's stuff.
What about, we didn't even talk about Cape. What's that town down in Cape Town? They didn't have any water.
Cape Town,
They
South
don't-
Africa, running
Yeah.
out of water.
Yeah, well, nobody. It doesn't seem to bother anybody. Certainly, you'd think the Trump administration be worried when they see something like that. 4 million people live there.
Why? Global warming is fake news, and all those people are black, in case you didn't notice it.
Well, no, they have some Brits too, and they have Dutch. Some.
Well, they can always leave. Right?
Yes, they.
They can always leave.
They can. Well, they can come here.
Well, yes, Trump would probably give them emergency access to the country.
That's true. FEMA. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
He never talks. Who runs FEMA?
He'd waive his immigration rules for that. Who runs FEMA? Who knows?
Well, do you think that the president goes to see that movie, A Black Panther, which is
I don't know.
burning up the?
No, I don't think so. But he sees his movies. If he sees movies, he sees them in his house. All right, my
Okay.
friend, play us some music.
All right. Good night,
Good night, Irene.
Good night.
Irene. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. We'll see you in our dreams. Good night, everybody, from the Fun Show here at Big TV. We will see you same time, same station next week here at Brookline Interactive Group.